Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today's story is one that will truly touch your heart. A powerful reminder that kindness costs nothing, yet can change lives in ways we can't imagine. This is the story of an old man who was lost, ignored by everyone until a young black teen decided to help him. What happened next will restore your faith in humanity. It was a chilly evening in a busy American city. People rushed past each other, heads down, eyes glued to their phones, desperate to make it home after a long day. Amid all this noise and motion, an elderly man stood alone at a street corner. His clothes were wrinkled, his hat slightly tilted, and his eyes filled with confusion. He held a small piece of paper, staring at it again and again, as if hoping the words would somehow guide him. The man's name was Arthur Bennett, 83 years old. Once upon a time, he was one of the most respected businessmen in the country, the founder of a global construction empire. But age had caught up with him. His memory wasn't what it used to be. That evening, Arthur had wandered away from his driver after a hospital appointment and couldn't remember his way back. People walked right past him. Some gave him a quick glance, others crossed the street to avoid him. To them, he looked like just another old man, maybe homeless, maybe confused, but not worth their time. Hours passed. Arthur's hands trembled as the wind grew colder. He whispered softly, "Where am I?" His voice was weak, lost in the sound of honking cars and chatter. Still, no one stopped, until one person did. A 17-year-old boy named Marcus was on his way home from basketball practice. He lived in a small neighborhood nearby, and he was known for his cheerful smile and big dreams. Marcus didn't come from a wealthy family. His mother worked double shifts at a diner, and he often helped his younger siblings with homework. But despite their struggles, his mother had taught him one thing. Son, never walk past someone in need. As Marcus passed the corner, he noticed the old man standing alone, trembling slightly. Something inside him said, "Go talk to him." So he did. "Sir, are you okay?" Marcus asked gently. Arthur turned slowly, his eyes watery. I don't know where I am. "I was supposed to meet my driver, but I think I got lost." Marcus smiled reassuringly. "No problem, sir. Do you have a phone or an address?" Arthur pulled out a folded paper with an address on it, but it was smudged and hard to read. Marcus could only make out a few words, including Bennett Towers. Marcus's eyes widened. "Wait, Bennett Towers? That's like the fancy building downtown." Arthur nodded weakly. "Yes, I built it. A long time ago." Marcus thought he'd misheard. "You built it?" Arthur smiled faintly. "I did. But right now, I just need to go home." Without hesitation, Marcus offered his arm. "Don't worry, sir. I'll take you there." It took them almost an hour to reach Bennett Towers. Marcus used his phone's GPS, helping the old man walk carefully across streets and sidewalks. Along the way, they talked about life, dreams, and family. Arthur learned that Marcus wanted to be an engineer but didn't think he could afford college. Marcus, meanwhile, learned that Arthur once started his business with only $500 and a dream. Despite his success, Arthur confessed something that surprised Marcus. "You know, son," Arthur said softly, "when you get old and rich, you realize it's not money that matters. It's the people who don't walk past you." Marcus smiled. "My mom says the same thing." When they finally arrived at the tall glass building, the doorman rushed over in shock. "Mr. Bennett." "Everyone's been looking for you." Security guards quickly came, offering blankets and calling his driver. Arthur, however, didn't let go of Marcus's hand. He looked at the young man with gratitude. "You didn't have to help me, but you did." "Everyone else ignored me," Marcus shrugged. "I just did what I'd want someone to do for my grandpa." Arthur smiled warmly. "And that makes you richer than most people I know." The next day, Marcus returned to his normal life. School, chores, basketball. He didn't think much about what happened. But 3 days later, a black limousine stopped in front of his house. A man in a suit stepped out and handed Marcus an envelope. Inside was a letter. It read, "Dear Marcus, you reminded me what true humanity looks like. I owe you more than words can express. Please accept this scholarship. It will cover your education, living expenses, and future dreams. You have a good heart. Never lose it. Arthur Bennett." Marcus couldn't believe it. Attached to the letter was proof of a fully paid college scholarship and a personal check for $50,000. His mother cried tears of joy when she read it. News of the story spread across the city. Teen helps lost billionaire became a headline everywhere. Reporters tried to interview Marcus, but he stayed humble. He told them, "I didn't do it for money. I did it because it was the right thing." Arthur and Marcus became close friends after that. The old man often visited Marcus's family, sharing stories from his younger days, and later helped Marcus get an internship at his company. Years later, when Arthur passed away, his will revealed one more surprise. He had left Marcus a portion of his company shares, enough to make him financially secure for life. But what mattered most to Marcus wasn't the money. It was the lesson he carried forever. Kindness is the most valuable investment you can make. And so, the boy who reached out his hand changed both their lives. When everyone else turned away, Marcus chose compassion, and that simple act of humanity turned a fleeting moment into a lifelong legacy. So, friends, the next time you see someone who seems lost, lonely, or forgotten, stop for a moment. Because you never know. The person you help today might be the one who changes your life tomorrow. Moral of the story. Kindness has no color, no price, and no limits. The smallest act of compassion can make you richer than all the money in the world.